Yeah.
I really ain't clean that buttermilk.
I mean, it's one thing to read about it, then it's another to actually watch that with the people that were close to him and then see everything that transpired that really is not adding up. Yeah.
Oh,
That
right. How he died in his hotel room if he was at the front office?
So it wasn't that he died in the hotel. When I was looking at some of the newspaper articles and stuff, it was similar to what they were saying in the documentary, but that was the part that was confusing to me about. I feel like she was a professional hooker. I feel like she was trying to rob him or make it look like a robbery because you snatch up your clothes and his pants, you know, they happen to have all of the money. And then when they were testifying about what happened, there was just, I don't know, there was no emotional anything in it. It just seemed very robotic to me.
Okay, and how does she explain the fact that if he, okay, I can see if one, honestly, I really thought she was a plant, regardless, because you just happen to meet this beautiful woman at a bar. Okay, you could do that, but I still feel like she was a plant. And I do believe she was a prostitute. So she go back to the room. But your story is he raped you, or he was about to rape you. How was it that you got away with his pants again? Like if he was still fully conscious, what did she say
That he went
was
into
the
the
reason?
bathroom
Because
and
if
she went into the bathroom. She took the opportunity to escape or whatever. Um, but of course, the story from everybody else.
oh
This wasn't in the documentary, but the story from everybody else that was at the bar said she went willingly. She was basically pushing up on him type
oh
stuff. And the
him,
other thing is, I read where Etta James went to view his body, and she said there was no possible way what they said happened because they said that he was badly beaten, so much so that she said his head was literally almost separated from his neck. I mean from his body, and that his nose was like mangled. So yeah,
oh wow.
it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. And I also read where Dick Gregory was saying that they couldn't understand why. Oh my goodness, I can't find. I just read it. Let me see if I can bring it up right quick. I think they were demanding to get the files, but they never wanted something about they wouldn't release some information. Hold on, let me find it. I just read that.
I believe it. And I was thinking his body probably didn't even have signs of a struggle like that Black lady was saying, but apparently it did because they fought, they beat him.
Mm-hmm. So let me see if it'll say it here. There's a lot of different things that happened on the night he was murdered that they don't talk about in the documentary.
Documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Monique, you okay?
Yeah, this is an Apple store, and it's kind of loud in here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you're looking for that thing, and it was really tragic, though.
Okay, so
I
yeah, I
can't
just
believe he
found
would
it.
have got killed that way.
It said that the chick, that Lisa Boyer chick, was sitting with three men at
The
the bar.
voyage. Oh, boy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Mhm. And they probably that's what made me would think, okay, like, okay, yeah, that's him, that's the target or whatever. Because for the police not to even know who he was down there, I don't know.
But it also says that
Something just ain't right.
they left and went to another bar, and at that bar, Sam got into a heated argument with some men in the club who were hitting on the chick, and she asked him to take her home around 2 a.m. in the morning. And instead of, calling a cab, she just got in his Ferrari. Uh, yeah. Yeah, because it's a lot of stuff. It
I
says
mean,
that
it's really sad. Like I want.
when he got to the hotel, he left her in the car to go get the room. So if she was so afraid, why didn't she leave then?
Did that come out in the report, or was that one of those covered up things?
That was one of those covered up things.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's why everybody was. I was surprised. She said, "Who did she say said it was a conspiracy?" Elvis. I'm
Yeah,
surprised he
Elvis.
even spoke on it because don't we normally just
Yeah.
steal from black artists?
Yeah, right.
So
Yep.
he said something had to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't even know him and Muhammad and Malcolm X and Jim Brown. I didn't know they would even run together or even know each other.
Right. And that's why in looking
That's
at that,
crazy.
when I was in Miami last night and seeing this documentary today that has even more significance because of, how they were murdered such a short time later.
Exactly. And when you see all those articles back to back like that, it's just like something going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one they were even able to prove that the FBI, well, that I know of, that they proved that the FBI did was MLK.
Right. Then the report that just came out about the conspiracy behind Malcolm X's death with the FBI and the I think the New York Police Department.
Hold on.
Mm, mm, mm.
So was any
Okay,
of this
here it is.
new or shocking for you, or was the whole thing like you didn't know?
Yeah, I didn't know because I never, I knew his career as a musician, but I didn't know how involved he was in the music business as far as, trying to help uh, Black people really create a space of their own and making sure that they were owners of their publishing and things like that. And I didn't know about his friendship with um, Muhammad Ali at all. So I learned a lot of stuff that I really didn't know. And the most surprising, especially as I said before, was the manner in which he died. And it was interesting when they talked about how he was like he wasn't gonna do the processed hair, and he was gonna rock his afro, and everybody else started following suit. I thought that was interesting too.
And I'm sorry, what was it that you found? You were about to
Um.
say.
Oh yeah, the part I was telling you about Etta James, what she said, and she stated Sam was so badly beaten he was almost decapitated, and both of his hands were bruised and completely crushed, as if he had been in a fight for his life. In addition, she said his nose was mangled. So it says most people speculate that he was set up.
Mm, 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 mm. And I bet you, I'm wondering if it was the police that did it because they obviously one didn't know who he was. Not like they would have cared anyway, but
And then the prostitute, she was arrested a few months after that for prostitution. Then she ended up getting arrested again in 1979 for murdering her husband.
wow.
Hmm. I think it was either the mob had something to do with it, or the
Oh
manager.
yeah.
It just it seems really weird. And then I
Klein.
mentioned that his wife ended up marrying his best friend, like his best friend, like what 3 months after he died. That was really weird too. The whole Bobby Womack situation. Just
What?
you didn't know about that?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Pause.
they didn't talk about it.
Pause. You trying to say Bobby Womack got
Okay,
with his
ladies, I'm
wife?
back.
Yeah.
Look, my phone was breaking up when I got by the register.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, he
Listen, this is
yeah,
married.
some
I knew
tea. Wait a
about that.
minute.
Yeah, he married
Bobby
his best
Womack.
friend.
Yes,
Yeah.
like 3 months
But y'all know he
after.
said it in that song. He said, you trust me too much.
Yeah, I wish he didn't trust me so much. And the most disgusting thing was him, sexually
Mm-hmm.
abusing Sam Cooke's daughter, Linda. That
Yeah,
was
he
just,
had a relationship with her too.
and she married his
What?
brother. And
Yeah,
she
she met
married his
him.
brother. That's just so weird. It's all kind of weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What the fuck?
Yeah.
These are
What is happening? What?
yeah, it was a little weird.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, and the fact that he was associated with artists such as him and Johnny Taylor and stuff like that, I didn't know that. I mean, and I can't believe y'all. I don't know what was going on.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Wow.
His death kind of reminds me of
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
his death kind of reminds me of how they do like Prince and Michael Jackson and Aretha Franklin and stuff. Like it's
Hmm.
nowhere Aretha Franklin to have a wheel. Prince was a vegan. He was clean, but now he did drugs, and that's how he died. It's all money,
Yeah, it's a lot of
rough stuff.
rough stuff, so many unanswered questions. But for me, like this situation just points to some type of conspiracy somewhere.
Yeah, I think all of them are really like conspiracies where they think power is. You have a voice. Um, they want to take your voice away
Right.
or the awakening away.
Right.
You know, that's why sometimes I always say it's important for us to
Is
hear the
Muhammad still alive?
Say that I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Who you asking? You said what now?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. No, I was just I had asked was Muhammad still alive, but I
Muhammad
didn't realize we were
Ali?
talking before
She broke up. I can hear.
that.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You talking about Muhammad Ali?
He passed away, right?
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali?
he
Yeah.
died in
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah, I think sometimes we have, like, that's why I like listening to the stories about the awakening. We need to hear those more because that's the only time they think you got power because you actually know what you're talking about.
Right.
You try to dismantle what's going on. Why are you backing out when I'm backing out? That is so crazy. Hello. like, you literally from the back and the side of me, and I'm in a great mood. You hit me, I'm just gonna sit here and fall out. She just don't know how much medicine I be on.
Y'all so silly.
I know, but yeah, you know, kind of like the other night I was looking at the movie. Can't even think of the name of it, but they were talking about Fred Hampton. You know, and my mom was like, I can't believe his friend. Yep, they shut him up too because the Black Panthers was all about creating your own economy. And it's so funny, even studying the Black Panthers. I was telling my brother, like, you know, we insult Black people all the time for being on assistance, but really all of that started with the Black Panthers and the government stole it.
Right, sure did.
They did it all for their people to feed them, and then the government stole it. And now we talk about the very thing that was actually made by us for us. It's just a lot of people don't know those stories because nobody really, you know, talks about them.
I'm glad that Judas and the Black Messiah is bringing it to the forefront because, you know, I learned about Fred Hampton actually at Georgia State in my African American Studies class when Dr. Umoja had his son Fred Hampton Jr. actually come and speak. So it's I'm not gonna talk about that right now. I'll probably do it at a later time, but I'm just glad that people are learning about that particular part of the Black Panther movement. Because when you think about how young he was when he was murdered, well, basically assassinated, and
oh doggone it! Why did you give it away?
Right, and everything that this ain't nothing new, and everything that he was able to help in that short period of time. But
I know because my brother just kept saying he was young. I was like, those are the people who make moves. Those old people weren't gonna make moves because you don't want to disrupt, you know, normalcy.
Right.
Exactly. When you're young, you know, they're making moves. Like I was talking to one girl and she was like, well, you know, she was acting as if it was a movie. I was like, you got to keep in mind, this isn't a movie.
Right.
I already knew the story, but then she just sharing it again. And she was like, I liked it up until they showed them killing the police officers. I was like, what's the problem with that? And she was like, what do you mean? They were killing the cops? No, the cops were after them. They fought back. Why do you think they killed him? They were willing to risk their life to get what they needed. What do you mean you liked it, except the part that they shot the cops? Are you freaking kidding me?
Right.
That's why they don't take us serious now. Because all you do is just cry and you march. But these people were willing to give their life. They trained each other on how to shoot to kill, how to protect yourself. Why do you think the government wanted to destroy them? Because they were legit making sure that they were going to be covered. You don't want to show that part? Like, that's the real...
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Right. But you know, it all, and then the one thing that it shows, and like I've been saying, is that we got to watch these people that be so cozy with law enforcement in the Black community.
Listen. Listen. That's why I really be participating in that thing, because I just be quiet. Because listen, I don't have time. I don't have time. Some stuff just don't make sense to me.
Right.
It don't make sense at all. Like, I don't want to talk to you if we finna address some issues. I'm not trying to be your friend. When were you my friend?
Right.
The system ain't even created for you to be my friend. It's supposed to be created to protect me. But we know that doesn't always work in Black people's favor. So
yeah, and none of this stuff is ever random. It's always one of us or a couple of us in conjunction with law enforcement to take out our own people that are trying to make a difference and make a change in the community.
And I tell people all the time, watch, because even when I was in that movie, I was like, even if Fred wasn't paying attention, some of his people were like, I don't know if we could trust them. Do you know how many people in informants that I just be looking at people weird, like, you want to know why you keep getting arrested and they keep getting bailed out?
The people around you.
Yeah, they keep getting bailed out and you're sitting there. But that's your homeboy. Like, I wish people even could. Like, how do you rep gangs and stuff? You don't even know the origination of it. Like, when my brother was like, the Crips and the Bloods, they used to work together. Bruh,
Mm-hmm.
They were created to protect the community. I don't know what these people doing. They came up with their own little thing. Like, it was all about to protect our community and not have to rely on the powers that be that claim they're supposed to be there for us. Like, I just think if more of those stories, like, I was glad that story came out. If more of those stories came out, then people probably realize just how big of a threat you are.
Mm-hmm.
They only treat you that way because they know more about you being a threat than you do.
Right.
It's the whole issue.
It's very true.
Like, it's just, I'm glad that they're coming out, but I can, notice that when I talk to certain people about it, they're just like I was saying, homegirl, she's like, you stop killing the police. I was like, wait, what?
Girl.
We don't need you to get some more movies like this because that shouldn't have been an issue.
Right. Exactly.
Like, they shouldn't show that, but it's so, because in my mind, I'm like, you got a problem with that, but it's okay for somebody else create a movie showing us getting killed.
Which is why I want to see American Skin, because I still haven't seen that one yet.
Is that out already? I think it's on Amazon Prime.
I can't remember which one. I gotta watch it though, because I really, really want to see that one. I be having to watch some other stuff because I get tired of watching stuff where we getting beaten and killed and all that. I need some kind of.
No, seriously. That's why sometimes y'all be like, why you not talking? Why Monique ain't talking? I know I be probably the oddball. I feel like she's so negative. I'm just over those. I'm over those stories because those stories, so like you program your mind. Subconsciously, you keep enforcing that we're stuck.
Right.
We're not stuck. You keep saying this system is bringing us down. Okay, well, what we gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to get a story. Like how we looking at Sam Cooke. Yeah, he died wrong. But overall, the theme was, like, even when they were talking about how when he was performing, he let them know, I ain't with this shit.
Right.
You ain't coming on my bus.
Right.
Those are stories we need to know. Like, those are stories I know growing up. Like, my mom going, child, let me tell you about your grandmama. We was at that, I can't remember what she called it. It was like some little pop shop by Rita's Jewelry. This when they was little. She's like, you could go in there and shop for groceries and then you sit at the counter and eat. And he's supposed to be cooking us food, but these white people came in and they told us to get up. And your grandmama, to hear my mom say she was more scared of my grandma than the white people. She was like, she went all in on all of them and told them they better not do nothing to her children and blah, 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 blah. Like, those are stories we need to hear.
Right.
Versus
we tired of the ones that were complacent and complicit
and getting beat, and we always gonna be the last, or the system ain't for us. Like, I need to find somebody who bucked the system,
even
infiltrated the system.
When we're watching the documentary, all his little friends isn't there. Well, that's just how it was at the time, and and I'm like, what? Why weren't y'all backing him on the play? That's what I don't understand.
Because they wanted to be comfortable.
Right.
And comfortable don't get you nowhere.
Exactly.
But when you go, like I tell people all the time, I never want to be on somebody else's story where they be like, she was everybody's friend. Mm-mm. She was nice. So when people start saying stuff like that, that means you conform to what they believe in.
Yeah, I don't want to be that for me either. I want to be, she couldn't stand them mofos.
I can't believe she said that. Because those are stories we need to know. Because like one time, like stuff, like I have a story one time when this lady said the most racist thing to me out of the way at work, right? And there was some other Black women near me. So when she said it, but she didn't like come out and say like nigger nothing. But you know what they be saying. Mm-hmm. So I checked her. And then when she walked off, the Black girls were like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you said that to that white woman. And I said, excuse me? I said, out of that whole situation, you didn't see where she was wrong.
Right.
You saw where I was wrong for speaking up for myself. And they were just all looking like, I would have never did that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to need that to be the normal, that you do say something.
Right.
Versus you act like what they did was just totally normal and you just supposed to shut up. So the spotlight won't be on you. Like, we can't even really have a movement for our people if majority of it's like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm only gonna say it when I'm in a room with people that look like me.
Exactly.
I just be wanting to hear those
Well,
types of
not
stories.
everybody is bold in nature, and even and not everybody's really bold in nature. And the fact that some people, they have to think, well, they think, well, I can do this for me, but I can't put somebody I love in danger, so they have to stay quiet, or they stay quiet for fear of what could happen to somebody they love versus themselves. So I kind of get it.
No, I don't, because to me, it's gonna
I
happen
don't
to you.
know. I'm not
Like,
saying it's right.
put it like this: racism ain't going nowhere, right? The earth can blow up, and racism ain't going nowhere. So if it already exists, you got to make a decision.
Right.
It's not
I mean,
going. I'm serious. It's not going
I'm saying
anywhere.
we all gonna leave here at some point. Whether you leave with your respect or not, that's gonna be up to you.
They're gonna be up to you.
Yeah.
Like, racism is not gonna stop. Even if all the black people uproar, all people gonna do is just shut up. Like they did for years when little laws went in. Like, when people are like, oh my God, Trump brought out the racist people. What are you talking about? They were already there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they thought they had to do it in a different way or jump loopholes. It's just that they felt like they could say it in the open, but they're gonna always exist. So you got to choose if you're gonna stand up for yourself. Because there's one thing about people, when you speak up for yourself, they still ain't gonna like you, but guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna respect you and move on to the person who don't know how to respect themselves.
That is true.
If I be like, why they don't mess with her? I ain't gonna mess with her because she fight back. So I'm gonna mess with somebody who ain't gonna say that.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know their worth.
The other thing I want to watch too, I just saw is the movie about Billie Holiday, United States versus Billie Holiday.
I haven't heard about that one.
Yes, honey. They killed her too.
I want to see that. That got Andre Day in it.
Yeah, they killed her too. Now
What?
I've seen the preview and I really gotta watch it. It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu? What's the name of it again?
The United States versus Billie Holiday.
I'm gonna have to pull that up while I'm cooking today. Because I didn't know that they did one on her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look that one up and see today. Yep. Let me go ahead and type this in my phone. Because as soon as I get in the kitchen, I'm gonna look it up.
But yeah, I don't know which one we gonna watch for next time. And it's looking like, since hardly nobody has really voted on the books, it's looking like we're gonna be with what's the one about eating food or something?
I can't even remember.
Hold on, I'm finding the name of it.
Because I think I caught the voting at the end. I was like, oh, we supposed to vote? My bad.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let food be your medicine.
Oh yeah, I think I voted on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get that one ordered, but we won't be starting until that first Sunday in March.
Okay, I need to order that too.
Right.
So I probably post for us to vote on the last thing that we watched for this month.
Now, did we finish it? Because my headsets were going out. Did we look at all of it today?
Yeah, that was all of it.
Okay. Oh, that was all of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that was more eye-opening. I hope more people look at this when you post it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just gives you a better idea how you should think for yourself, regardless of the world you live in. Right. You still need to set, that's why, you have me looking at stuff and more people.
And honestly, it's.
Go ahead. Jessica, what are you saying, son?
No, I'm sorry. Honestly, all these movies and can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Maybe.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just saying that honestly, all these movies we've been watching, they've kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things that these famous people were doing behind the scenes I never knew they were doing. Just like Get On Up, the movie, I didn't know about James Brown and payola and all of that, and they even mentioned it in this one.
Mm.
So I didn't know that they were actually trying to do things for their people and actually trying to make moves. So I appreciate knowing this stuff.
Yeah, because I think that shit. That's why I said sometimes the people I
Even
regret
clears Avon, even though he's still alive.
older people who passed away. I should have listened to more stories. But they're like people who are still living that can share the story. Like even when we were looking at Fred Hampton and we was talking about Black Panthers, I was like, yeah, Shaka Khan in her community, she was on their board. And my brother was like, what? I was like, yeah, she helped the little children because they had a program to feed the kids in the morning. She used to pass around their papers and feed the kids. And he was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, all those people did that. You don't see people now in the industry doing stuff like that. But that particular generation, yeah, because that's all they really had was themselves before they went, mainstream.
Like Asada Shakur still being alive but in exile, basically.
Yeah.
She still got a bounty on her head.
Yep. I told my brother about that too. Because wasn't that her they displayed in the movie? That was her shooting, right?
I can't remember.
Because I think I briefly, because I was looking at it while I was cooking for my family, I was like, didn't they say Asada?
You talking about with the police officers?
Was it the part with the police officers? It was one part, and I was like, didn't I hear her name in the movie?
Was she being
my brother was like, I don't know. Huh?
Yeah, she was a part of it. But her situation happened with those police officers when they got pulled over and they shot her in the back.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I told my brother, I said, that's probably the reason why Fidel Castro and all of them, they wanted them so bad. Like, they won't bring her back to America.
Mm-hmm.
To go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
He probably died protecting her. Yeah. So it's like people living, they just don't talk about it. Because like sometimes even when I hear people our age, I'm like, come on now. Like I know your parents are my mom's them age.
Mm-hmm.
And people are not sharing the stories that they went through in their own family.
Right.